Dreamers Welcome Podcast.
Dreamers Welcome Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, we back in the building. I go by CEO PESO. I'm blessed and highly favored. Feeling good right now. I got an amazing guest in the building. I like to say she's the first international artist that moves global.
Period.
We have Candy Barz in the building.
What's up, Candy Barz? Duh.
How you feeling? What's going on?
I'm feeling real good. Glad to be here finally.
No,
with
okay.
The CEO.
Couple hiccups, but we got it done. Though, you know what I mean?
We getting it done.
You know, it's all 3 steps ahead. We in this bitch.
It'd be like that.
So look, I appreciate you coming through. Like I said, we supposed to be and do this, but you know, I want them to just get a side of you. You know, we're gonna politic and talk and you know get straight to it. So let me get a little background. You know, where you're from and a little bit about your upbringing.
Okay. From Dayton, Ohio, born and raised. I always feel like my destiny was somewhere else though, but we'll get into that.
Okay, we have that to say. I was about to drill you, but go ahead.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Like I learned a lot from being from Dayton, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? It makes you humble. You know what I mean? But like, I feel like I'm supposed to be somewhere else.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you like when did that spark that you feel like you need to be somewhere else? Like early or
early, long time ago. I feel like as a kid, I just was doing everything. I don't know. I wanted to be good at everything. So I was doing everything from sports to poetry contests to spelling bees to whatever. I always like to be in the front.
I'm about to say no stage fright. That's
never
early on.
Yeah.
Nah, I can't do it. I tried to do a spelling bee, choked on that bitch. I can't even lie to you.
I got a couple trophies. Yeah, I love being in the front. That's my style.
Nah, so how long the music been going on though?
I'm gonna say probably since like 5th, 6th grade. 5th, 6th grade, lunch table, old school.
Okay, I bet not. Yeah, I was on the same shit. So why? What was the influence 5th or 6th grade? What was it around that time that was like, damn, I want to do this?
Well, first my sister was rapping first, and so I used to like steal her raps and change them.
Okay.
My name. You know, back in the day, we used to say your name, like, you know, my name is.
Oh yeah,
to
to start off. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like
Definitely.
I used to take them and change the name, and I'm like, I could do this. You know what I'm saying? So I started writing the poetry, and then I got into it with this girl at school. And yeah, it's stupid. She's not even a rapper, so I kind of feel bad now because it's like.
Hold on. So what? Y'all got into it over what though? Hold on.
Because it was this boy or whatever. That
Always.
I thought I liked. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Don't leave that out. But
Best shit ever. Yeah.
Back then though, before I knew who I was, you know, I used to have a crush on this boy, and she was my homegirl. So you know, we would talk about it. You know, you tell your girls like, yeah, him, I'm at him or whatever. And next thing I know, she was like on some slick shit, trying to be slick, like.
Sound like you wrote some bars about her or something.
Yeah,
it started early.
Her.
Nah, so all right, so it sounded like Sis was definitely an influence to you.
Yeah.
But
beef was the influence.
Oh yeah, well yeah, the beef
era.
too. Right,
yep,
right.
Yep, I'm from the battle rap era. I used to love doing that, getting in ciphers and stuff like that. But like it wasn't fair because she wasn't a rapper. So now looking back, I probably would have.
Hey man, it's all wreck. It's all wreck, man. Get over it, baby. So was it any other industry influences like, you know, like just what back in the day for me, you know, it was Dipset, you know, Cameron and you know, everybody. So any other like industry influences that you looked up to?
Yes, most definitely. As far as women in the game, I definitely looked up to Lauryn Hill.
Man,
I love Lauryn Hill.
One album in and that was it. And that shit was fire though.
I just love how versatile she was. She was able to like rap, sing, be soulful, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, and still get the message across. I love her. And then as far as male influences, my favorite rapper is Twister.
Makes sense. Yo, Twister had a crazy run, like crazy,
People
like when that shit came out.
Adrenaline Rush, like I love all that and all the stuff he did with Do or Die. I want to see a Do or Die and Bone Thugs and Harmony verses.
That'll be fire. That'll be fire. Yo,
like turn Midwest back up real quick.
Yeah, Bone and Do or Die. I gotta go Bone though.
Can't just be Twister because you know what I'm saying. It's 4 or 5 of them. It's 4 of them. So you know it can't just be Twister. It got it. And most of the songs he did with Do or Die was like the
fire shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta give it to Bone still though. they I don't know. I wish I could have seen a Bone concert back in the day. Like Bone Thugs, like that shit probably wouldn't have been nuts.
Like Crossroads.
Yeah,
we remixed that so many days, so many different ways. See you at McDonald's. See you at Crossroads.
Yo, G shit. You what? Everything was that though.
Everything
see you at grandma's.
No, for real. So like, yeah, I want to see that. But I love Twister. That's my favorite rapper. I used to try to rap fast like that.
Yeah, tongue twister. So, at what point would you say that you started taking it like serious? Of like, you know, 6th grade was the beginning. Everybody got their trial and error, but when it was like, you know what, I'm at this shit like for real.
I'm gonna say like 15, 16. My uncle, he started a production company called Beat City Productions. It was New Millennium Entertainment first, and then it was Beat City Productions, and we was in the U92 building downtown on 5th Street. And he started that, and you know, I was begging him to get in there. He had a group called Alleyways. I don't know if you hip, but it's an older group or whatever. But yeah, he had his group, and I'm like, let me in there. So then finally he let my sister in. And so, you know, I already was following everything she do. We 5 years apart, so that was like,
oh yeah,
follow the leader. Like, what you doing? I want to do that too, you know.
Just in the cut with it. Yeah.
So then I just got inspired to do it, and finally, like, I wrote some stuff, and he took me serious. He was like, okay, we could do something with this, and he started letting me in the studio, and then ever since then, it kind of took off. I think it got more like business when I went moves media. Okay, we're
gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. So let's talk about the motivation process. You know, like I think with everybody starting off doing like anything musically, I mean, you had Unc that he didn't hold your hand, but he was a helping hand. So
yeah, for sure.
What can you say he taught you from when he first introduced you to the studio? Like, what did you learn from that? Like, how did it make you feel more professional? Or like, what did you get from that? Like working with him.
So first and foremost, just as a female in the game, he gave me a lot of good advice. Like, don't sleep with these niggas you do music with. Yo, y'all do gotta get different advice from like male artists though. That's crazy. It's sad though. You know, it shouldn't be like that. But at the same time though, I was a young girl, so I was like 15, 16, you know. And he just like, don't sleep with these niggas you do music with. They're not gonna take you serious. Like, do business first. Always be business first. I ain't saying you can't have a boyfriend, but like, do business first. If it's somebody you want to do business with, make sure you put the business first. Like, it would be something as simple as we would go to the club to perform, and then he'll see us in a picture book taking pictures, and he like, them pictures, they don't go away. Like, them pictures will come back to haunt you.
Fact.
Why you taking pictures with, like, I mean, all of that. And then as far as like wanting a quality sound, like, I done been in basements. I done been in closets recording. I done been behind mattresses with McDonald's cup holders.
Yeah. We had that. Yeah,
I done did all of that. So like, it gave me a new appreciation for like the equipment and the time it takes to mix and master, and like just wanting to really put everything you can into your craft. Yeah.
So did you think you know, the whole stigma is coming up? I don't know. I guess it's been around for a while as far as like female artists in music industry, everything. So, because your confidence level is through the roof. Like, I got to tell you that though. But did you ever feel the pressure of like having to like outdo the niggas? You know what I mean?
Oh yes.
Like, is it all the time, or is it just like early on?
Early on more than now.
Right.
Like, now it's kind of like a woman's industry. So like, it seemed like we getting in easier now than the guys are. So, but before, back in the day, yeah, you had to be out there with the best of them. Like, I remember we would go sell our CDs all over the place. So we went to Detroit, and we was outside the athletes' feet battle rapping. And it was like, I'm trying to sell a CD. So I'm like, hey, you want to buy my CD? And the dude like, what you do? You sing? Like, nah, I rap. Instantly, like, nah, I rap. He like, spit something then. So, you know, that's back when you had to have your bars ready. So
absolutely.
I had like 100 go-to verses that I was ready with. So we on the corner, we just going back and forth, and like, I guess one of my verses touched his spirit, and so he got upset. So then my brothers had to jump in. It was Blaze Murder, Ice. They all jumped in and took over or whatever, because they felt like dude was getting aggressive. Because he couldn't hold his own with the lyrics. Like, I always been about lyrics for real, and I think nowadays I'm trying to like get more with the Joneses, but I still gotta have the bars.
Yeah, I mean, let's go into the question. Why candy bars?
Yeah, so it was Slim Goody at first, and I had to just retire that name. Slim Goody was a young girl. She didn't know who she was. And then I looked it up when I was going to like get the name and, you know, really like get business about it. And it was a lot of Slim Goodies. So I was like, okay, we need to take a new route. And then I'm like, I need something that's going to catch them, but it's still me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, Candy, because I'm sweet. Everybody think I'm a singer when they see me. And then as soon as I rap, they know I got the bars.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, Candy Bars. It kind of sound like an exotic dancer or
Nah,
something.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely like if you don't know the face to it,
Yeah.
it does sound exotic, but you know, you never know where it's gonna go with it though.
Yeah, you never know. So, but you know, Candy Bars is like a business for real. She do a lot. She do rapping. She do a lot of other stuff too. So I think it's fitting for her.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, because it sounds like you just ain't trying to limit yourself like
Right.
at all though. And
Right.
that's what I do appreciate about you. Shouts out to Unicorn Talk, the podcast, by the way.
You know,
That's
Unicorn
going down
Talk, the pod.
too.
You see, I'm in here with my unicorns on today.
In there. So all right, with your music, because we're gonna get into Checkmate, but like just talking about it, but what motivates you like as far as your music? Because you know you got a huge dynamic of what you can spit about. So where does the motivation come from? Like is it everyday process things, or is it just like, you know, because you got some names on the joint, Unicorn Pussy.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like, you know what I mean?
you know, like unicorn. I mean, I'm inspired by a lot of stuff, but for real, like I'm really about women empowerment and like women being liberated. Like, not to say that you can't be married and, you know, cater to your men and all that stuff, because I do all of that stuff, so don't get it twisted. Like, I could clean all that, but what I'm saying is like you should do those things because you choose to,
Yeah.
not because you feel like you have to keep no men, especially when like niggas put us through the most.
Yeah. So do you get tired of all the questions of like, would you date a man that got a 9 to 5, or the fucking what was the question? Yeah, or what was the question like? I don't know, just all the cliche questions. I guess it ain't cliche, but it's just like,
But yeah, like, do I want to, like, is it okay to have a regular nigga?
pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, because
I love a regular nigga. I ain't gonna
That's
lie
clutch,
to you.
though.
I love a regular nigga. I think I get friend zoned by the niggas that they don't consider regular. The ones that's like consider themselves above average because I'm too smart. So a lot of those times when you get those guys of a certain status, they like to have things a certain way. They like to run things a certain way, and like they really like a shut up and do kind of chick.
yeah, and clearly
you gotta make it make sense.
Yeah, and what I can say from your records on there is, you know, they out there as far as the content wise of it, but when you said female empowerment, women empowerment, it makes sense though.
Yeah.
So I just was wondering, like, okay, like your motivation come from just putting women first, because
women first, yeah.
society has put women below. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think that like I want women to like hear my songs and like it'll wake their spirit. Like, you know what? I'm a bad bitch.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why I was depressed, or why was I comparing myself to the next girl? Why I'm not enough? Like, you are enough, sis.
Yeah. So we well, you being Candy Barz, and you know, like I said, like you do a lot of things, so you wear a lot of hats. I just want to know, like, is it difficult to balance out like a lot of things of like your artistry, your bars, your image? We was just talking about how you was explaining the process of just like doing a record with somebody else, or just getting yourself out there more. Yeah. So is it difficult, like worrying about, I mean, obviously you would move now, but before, just worrying about like your next move all by yourself? Like,
oh yeah, when I was doing it by myself, it was much harder. Like, I was just dropping a single here and there just to kind of keep my momentum going. But like, it's important to have a team. Like, before I had a team, I was just doing everything. I was dropping the music, I was like finding the beats, I was doing the hair and the makeup, I was the wardrobe, like setting up my own hosting gigs. Like, I was my own point of contact. That is stressful. Yeah. That is stressful.
So how did you end up linking up with Moves?
So actually, Jamel found me through a friend, and so he set up a meeting. And actually, at first, Jay didn't want to take no new artists, right? So I didn't know this though at the time, but I knew. So I just knew I had to come in and make an impression. I'm like, all right, they don't have a female artist, and you know, it's good when you get somewhere you could be either the first or the only female. because you kind of get a little more focus put on you, and it's not so much competing. Whenever it's two females on the label that do the same thing, it's like we got to put out one or the other,
right?
Instead of like me and Slico can both drop at the same time and then nobody blink an eye about it,
right?
But if we both was females, they would say who got to go first,
friendly competition, or and
then who gonna get mad if who go first, and when these opportunities come up, who gonna get that? You know what I'm saying? So I think. I knew I came in. I knew I had to come in like going hard. So when I got the meeting, I first had the meeting with Mel. We had a good meeting. So then we set up the meeting with Jay, and we did the interview questions and all that, like to see what I want out of a label, different things like that, like what I saw in my future. So they asked me a lot of questions that I had never really thought about.
Right.
A lot of stuff I didn't know was important, and like they got me together for real.
So in a sense, they gave you like some good like artist development, as far as like
absolutely, yeah, artist development, direction. Like it's to the point now where I can like engineer myself a little bit. Like I can record myself, and then we can send it off and get it mixed and mastered now.
So you wasn't even recording yourself at first?
I wasn't doing that. I was just going to people's basements and closets, and or going to Unc Studio. Shout out to Unc. He still got the studio. It's nice. At Hierarchy Media. Okay. So yeah, we'll go record there a lot. And that was it. So before this, it was just like a lot of scrambling.
So was you ever in a group, or was you always just by yourself?
I was never in a group. I was just a part of a collective. So it was a lot of us at B City Productions. And then it was me and it was another girl named Kai Murder back in the day. But yeah, never in like a group, no. Me and my best friend had a group.
And what happened with that? Oh, way back.
Lady Soldiers. She gonna kill me.
We gonna plug that in for sure.
Plug that in, Lady Soldiers, where it all started.
So let's double back real quick, far as the female empowerment and everything. Who you think was now? Well, I guess in the past, previous years, who really bodied the female empowerment to make it easier for women to come in?
Nicki Minaj.
Are you
Nicki
sure?
Minaj for sure.
Because everybody say Nicki or Cardi.
Nah, Nicki.
Okay, and
Cardi let it be clear that personality can win.
I like the way you put that.
She is
because she was from Love and Hip Hop, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, she was getting major flack from that
loved her before they would when what's his name, the DJ on the show wouldn't even play her little song in the club. You feel me? Like he didn't even know the potential she had. But like personality is winning. Yeah. It is. Back in the time when Nicki came out, it was like lyrics is winning. Yeah. Lyrics is winning, like stage presence. She was a whole character whenever she had to be, like, but she had to come in a little more cutthroat. I think Cardi got to come in a little more friendly and be more likable. She got to be likable. Nicki had to be like the bitch. Like. So
do you think that with the personality phase of it now, can that hurt you, or like can you always benefit from it? Like,
I think it can hurt you. I think it's working for Cardi, so she should keep doing what she's doing. I love her. But as far as like I have seen it hurt some people.
Like you had some mulattoes, city girls, what we was talking about, Bia, and everything like that. So I just be curious. I mean, because not to say, everybody ain't rapping about the same thing, but it's in the same context of like, I'm that bitch.
Exactly.
That's what it sounds like.
What? Like, all right, take Coi Leray for instance.
Fuck with her though.
I love her. Yeah. I'm going for the personality. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going streaming her necessarily for the bars. Not to say she don't have none. No shade to Coi Leray. I'm just saying like, I'm going for the package. She dance. She got personality. She got a different sound than everybody else got. You know what I'm saying? And it works for her in certain areas, and in some areas people hate it. People's like giving her a lot of problems about being a TikTok star, but it's like, hey, that's how she get it. Let her get it how she get it. Like, I don't see nothing wrong with that, but I think it can hurt you to be too gimmicky. Yeah. So it sound like, do you get a fuel to the fire? Because it sound like women damn near is y'all come up from being an underdog to top dog. Do you feel like that at times, like the underdog, just as a woman? Yeah, I felt like that. Yeah. Previously in my career, I feel like I haven't made it as far as I would like to have made it as far as like my catalog goes. I've been rapping for a long time and people don't know it, and nor do I have like the catalog to show it because I was a feature artist for a long time and not by choice.
Right,
You know,
right.
guys, when you would get with labels and they'll say, "Oh, get on this song, get on that song," but never actually take the time to like create you your own project.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
So you want to put out more content, like minus the music and the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Would you see yourself like in a position to maybe try to like put another artist on? Or
Absolutely. I do want to do some like A&R work and stuff like that. I feel like sometimes I write stuff and I'm like, I ain't saying that, but it be hot shit. Like I should sell this to somebody.
No, okay, because we was talking before though, and then you was saying that you was watching a manager video. So I think that's something that intrigues you. Like what is it about just the managerial role that you like, or I don't know, like it's something that you just like learning about the business more, which you should.
Yeah, I want to know about every aspect of the industry. I wanted to know about management because I want to know what is it that management does. Like, what is my management supposed to do for me, and what are they doing that's like above and beyond? It gave me a different aspect, a different, perspective on things, because a lot of the things that my management team do at Moves Global, they don't have to do. That's not their real role. You know what I'm saying? They invest because they see the vision and they really believe in it. But a lot of times managers don't invest. They just create opportunities and then they take a %.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah.
So when you started working with Moves, what was some personal changes you had to make from, doing things by yourself and on your own to having a per se overhead to like kind of conduct what you do? Like, what's some personal changes that you think was like you just had to shift and do?
Yeah, I had to make writing my job. Like, writing music is my job now. Like, before, I always thought I could do it for a living, but I was still only doing it as a hobby.
Right. So
it was just randomly, I write something, go record it, and then bam, drop it. But like now it's like, look, I'm cranking out 2 songs a week. I'm in the studio every Sunday from this time. I'm doing my pod on this day. Like, I'm promoting, I'm hosting on Thursday nights, like doing everything I can to just stay busy and stay in the fold for real. So
I'm not an artist, but how do you practice bars? How do you practice how do you practice getting better at that? Like, you just watch the news every day, or you be in tune and shit? Like, I'm just curious.
Really, I think that life experience helps you with the bars. If you can talk about something that you really been through, or somebody been through, that's where the good songs come from. When you just popping your shit, then them might be the ones that go viral because you're just talking your shit for real, not even focusing on the bars. But like, stuff just be coming to me. Yeah. I always had a way with words. People hate it and they love it. They hate me for it and they love me for it. Like, you can ask all my friends. I don't know. Like, I always got something to say. I'll be off the top with it. So I'll be riding in the car and I'll be having beats in my head. I don't even write to the beat. People be like, you didn't write to the beat? Like, no, I didn't have a beat. I had a beat in my head. So now I got to go find a nigga. Hold up. So you beat to what I wrote.
So you write first and then go. That's crazy. Yeah.
Because I hear it a certain way in my head.
But how do you know how to conduct it over it might be a different tempo or whatever.
You don't. You either find a beat that fit, or you find a bomb-ass producer that can construct it for you. You can sit there and you can say it and they can catch the tempo and they can create it for you right there.
Okay.
Yeah, I have, matter of fact, one of the songs on my project, Grizz McKnight, he sat there, I set the hook to him, he made the beat for me. It was the first song I recorded with Moves. He sat in there, he made the beat for me. That song had been in my head forever, and I could never find a beat to it.
So what do you like more? I mean, you like having it like constructed in front of you, or do you still just go with like you hear a beat and know how to like?
Yeah, it's times where I hear a beat and be inspired by it, but like most of my songs come from out of my head.
But do you like when the beat is made in front of you though?
But I do like when they can construct the beat right there. Okay. Because I feel like I always have to change my song a little bit. If I write it and then I go looking for a beat, either I got to slow it down or I got to speed it up, or I got to, you got to change, and then it changes the feel of how I heard it in my head. Like when I was in the car riding in silence.
Yeah, nah, that just sounds so difficult though. Like just to, like that's like me trying to shoot a video for an artist and I never heard the song, but I got a concept. Exactly. Like, it's just like I don't know. It's just crazy.
Nah, I feel you. With your way, you could. Yeah, you probably couldn't do it.
Nah, hell nah. That shit. I had somebody in the trap and they singing "I Believe I Can Fly" or something. Like that shit ain't go.
This ain't going.
So I want to ask you too. Self doubt. Do you have any, or if you do, how do you deal with it? Like, how do you dig deep into motivation. I feel like everybody had a ways of like, damn, they down and out. You might not be having bars all the time. So how do you deal with self-doubt if you do have it?
I think I did go through a time of writer's block. Like when I first had my daughter, just being a mom, being in the house all day, every day, just like doing motherly duties and wife duties. It was like I kind of just got lost when I get the pen and the paper. Like, what am I talking about right now? And I'm too authentic. I can't just be making shit.
Fact. Yeah. No, yeah, some real shit.
What I'm saying. So like, in those times, I feel like I had writer's block, and then I would doubt it. Like, not that I couldn't do it, but just like, am I at a point in my life where I need to stop? Like, people look at this as a hobby, and I don't. I got so much passion for this. I feel like I could do this forever. But I know that as a woman and a wife and a mother, I know that I got a different timeline than a lot of these artists coming up now. A lot of the 21, 22s with no kids. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's certain shit. Like, I write something, and I just run it past my husband, like, this shit sound hot, don't it? And he was like, yeah, like, all right, don't be offended because I'm about to say it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be offended, you know. But he all for me having, like, my freedom of speech and, like, creativity. So
he ain't biased, though. You got to have that. And then you're going to be your worst critic, too, is what I took from it.
I'm definitely my worst critic.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so look, we covered a lot. So I want you to let us know what you got going on or what you got coming up and everything else.
Okay, so we got Unicorn Talk, the podcast. You
Fire.
can follow that on IG, and we dropped 2 episodes so far on YouTube, so go check those out. Like, really good. It's me and my best friend Sunshine most of the time. I'm gonna have other guests on there, so if you want to be a guest,
absolutely. I was about to tell you though, like, nah, I'm getting on that.
Nah, you gotta come on there, man. I don't know why the guys are scared to come on our podcast.
I'm on it. I didn't heard the convos.
We
like,
show love. We show love. People be thinking we be trying to man bash, but we really just be giving good advice. Like, look, we want to be touched like this. We want to be talked to like this. Like, if we going on a date, just tell me what the budget is.
It's common courtesy.
You know,
that's it. That's it.
I know what I want to eat. Just tell me what the budget is.
Nah.
You know, like, I'm for real. You
That's
know,
a legit question.
We solving problems for people out here in these streets. We letting them know this the formula. Like,
that's legit. That's legit.
So, yep, Unicorn Talk, the podcast. So check that out. Checkmate the album, streaming everywhere on all platforms. Go check that out.
I shot Laptop Talk, by the way. We're gonna throw that out there.
Laptop
Fire
Talk.
ass video.
You know, I fuck with Laptop Talk, and I think that's still my favorite video. Probably because it's my first one.
Nah, that shit was fire though. It was crunch time how we shot it though, but we got it off the dogs and shit. Like,
right.
That shit was crazy.
I was like, I gotta come up with something like a concept and make it poppin', and I think it came out real good.
It did.
But that was you. That was that CEO shit he do. Like, if you don't know why they call him CEO PESO, then learn your history.
Come on,
man. But I'm just saying though, yeah. So stream the album. Got a couple shows coming up. We're doing the 4-day and by day in on the 14th of August. Doing some with Mellow Moods on the 6th. Shout out to Mellow Moods. They put on for the city all the time. You know, I might be opening up for some people coming up.
I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard. It's in the grapevine.
It's in the works, you know, so I ain't going to speak too much on that. You know, you can't let everything out.
Close.
But yeah, so just doing the podcast, dropping the album. I'm probably going to come out with a couple of singles and hosting on Thursday nights, industry nights at Ohio Cheese Bar and Lounge. That's powered by Dollar Bill. He gave me the opportunity to be the first artist to perform on a Thursday night, and then he was like, all right, well, look, this is what I want you to do. I'm about to put you on the payroll. You just make sure you bring the artist. You host. You know what I'm saying? I go to the radio station every Tuesday. We do the radio ad and stuff, so you'll hear that all day on Wednesdays and Thursdays.
What the fuck I'm talking about, man? I love to hear that
just
shit, man.
Just trying to plug in best I can.
And like, I gotta say real quick, too, like, I remember the meeting we had over at Mike's house, and then you know, you know what I mean? But it's amazing to see that, though, and that's no gas. It's just like, just seeing it, and we was having the conversations. I threw some input in, and it's just amazing to see. And this is literally just still the beginning stages.
I know, right?
Like, it's still so much to go with it. So it's just dope just to see like everything building from, even with the studio we in now. Like, you know, this all powered by Move. So
right. I love it. I love it here. This is my home.
Period. Right. All right. So look, y'all, appreciate y'all tuning in. This is Dreamers Welcome Podcast. Candy Barz, thank you for coming through. I got you on this one. I got you, baby.
Yes,
trust me now.
I appreciate you for having me.
Make sure y'all keep on dreaming. We're going to keep on living. Holla at y'all.
Dreamers Welcome Podcast.